Ethan had grown tired of the relentless pace of city life. When he learned that his family's old countryside house still stood vacant, he saw it as the perfect escape. Nestled on the edge of an isolated village, the house sat surrounded by dense woods. The villagers avoided it, claiming it had a dark history. But Ethan dismissed their warnings as mere superstition. When he arrived, the sight of the house sent a shiver down his spine. The front door was slightly open, swaying in the wind. As he stepped inside, the smell of mildew and decay hit him. The furniture was draped in dust, the walls bore strange scratches, and a large cracked mirror leaned precariously against the wall. "This place looks like it's been frozen in time," he muttered, setting his bag down. Despite the eerie atmosphere, he began tidying up and unpacking, brushing off the unease creeping into his thoughts. As night fell, the countryside's stillness enveloped the house. The only sounds were the occasional rustle of leaves and the distant hoot of an owl. Ethan settled into the worn-out couch with a book, but the quiet was soon broken by a soft tapping sound. It was faint at first, like the wind rattling a loose shutter, but then it grew rhythmic, deliberate. He froze, listening. The sound seemed to be coming from outside, near the window. Mustering his courage, he approached and peered out into the darkness. Nothing, just the shadowy outline of the woods under the moonlight. Shaking his head, he muttered, "It's just the wind," and returned to the couch. An hour passed, and Ethan was beginning to drift off when a louder noise jolted him awake. A slow, deliberate creak of the wooden floorboards upstairs. His heart raced. Grabbing a flashlight, he hesitated before ascending the narrow staircase. The upstairs was suffocatingly quiet. The door to the old storage room was closed. Slowly, Ethan pushed it open. The beam of his flashlight swept the room, revealing nothing but dust and forgotten furniture. Then he noticed them. Footprints. Clear, human-like footprints etched in the thick layer of dust on the floor. The prints led straight to the window. As he approached, his flashlight illuminated something chilling. A faint imprint of a face on the glass, as if someone had been staring in from outside. His pulse quickened as a loud thud echoed from downstairs. He spun around and sprinted down the stairs, only to find the front door wide open, swinging on its hinges. The cold night air flooded the room. Stepping outside, Ethan's flashlight caught something in the distance, a faint light flickering deep within the woods. It moved slowly, almost beckoning. He squinted, trying to make out what it was. Then he saw it. A figure standing among the trees, its pale face barely visible in the shadows. The figure didn't move. It simply stared. Ethan backed into the house and slammed the door, locking it tightly. He sat with his back against the wall, trying to steady his breathing. The villagers' stories echoed in his mind. Tales of a woodcutter who had lived in the house and vanished mysteriously, leaving his restless spirit behind. The rest of the night passed in a blur of fear and paranoia. Every creak of the old house felt like a threat. When the first light of dawn finally broke through the windows, Ethan gathered his belongings and left without looking back. As he stepped outside, he noticed something that made his blood run cold. Fresh footprints in the dirt, leading from the woods to his front door. The house now stands as silent as ever, but those who pass by claim they can see a figure staring out from the upstairs window, watching.